What is up, Bills Mafia? Welcome into Red, White, and Bills. Coming at you live from my bedroom because the office is a bedroom for the next month. So we'll be in the bedroom for the time being. I know it's a late stream, but we were watching a movie. It was pretty good, so I was like, I can't leave to go do the stream now. But quick video, Bills Jets pregame. Bills are on a 3-game win streak. The Jets just lost a tough, amazing game to the Vikings where they looked like they could pull out that game in the end, but they fell short ultimately. But they're looking to sweep us. They haven't swept us since 2016, and we don't want to fall to 1-3 in the division and lose our number 1 seed that we just got, that we so rightfully deserve. So you know what it is. We do who to watch, keys to victory. Plain and simple this week, ladies and gentlemen, the O-line. I mean, we all know the O-line. Dawkins is coming off a little ankle injury. Spencer Brown is just trash, garbage every week in and week out. But the Jets defensive line is a top 5 unit in this league. And if we want to protect Josh, we want to win this game and play Bills football, the O-line has to step up. Secondly, and this should be another obvious one, Gabe Davis. The game plan last time we played the Jets, put DJ Reed on Diggs, bracket him with the safety, and put one-on-one Sauce Gardner and Gabe Davis, because Gabe Davis has proven to not be so much of a number 2 receiver. Yeah, he's got the big yard numbers, he's got a lot of touchdowns, but he's got a lot of drops, and he only averages like 3 catches a game. So that was a smart move by the defense, and they were getting pressure constantly, so it just worked out for him. And Gabe Davis getting involved and catching the ball when it's thrown to him and getting open. And you hear Patrick Peterson, he only runs 4 routes in the route tree. Use them, be more useful. I mean, there's so many more things you can do than just run the same go, come back, dig. Like, you got to do more, man, as a number 2. Number 3, Dawson Knox. Got to get Dawson Knox involved. He's such a threat in the red zone and getting first downs. And I just don't – I mean, it makes sense that he's not being totally involved recently because he has to be helping the right tackle because the right tackle can't block. So we always need to use extra protection. So it makes sense. But Dawson Knox needs to be involved in the offense more, and Ken Dorsey needs to get him involved more. Last but not least, the defensive line. I only say defensive line because Von's not here, and this is another pretty solid offensive line. And week in and week out, the defensive line has been absolutely phenomenal. But this will be a huge test because, again, the Jets' offensive line did a pretty good job against us last time, and we need someone, Greg Rousseau, A.J. Epinesa, Boogie Basham. One of those guys had to step up in Von's place. Obviously, you cannot replace Von Miller, but one of those dudes, or all of them, have to benefit this game in some way, shape, or form. Moving on to the Jets. Running backs. Bam Knight, undrafted rookie, seems to be playing pretty well in the last 2 games. James Robinson, I don't know what they're doing with him. And Michael Carter, his status is unknown as of right now, I believe. So, but they got solid running backs. And we saw last time, they drove 90 yards down the field, running the ball every single time. We knew that they were going to do it, and we just let them. Garrett Wilson, I mean, we got Trey White back. He'll probably play the whole game because he played 3 quarters last week. But Garrett Wilson really, really carved us up. We made Zach Wilson look like an all-pro. And, I mean, that was Dane Jackson getting carved up every play. So it should be different now. But Garrett Wilson's still a stud, and you got to be able to cover that guy. Last but not least, Quinnen Williams. 9 sacks on the Jets, leads the team. I think he leads defensive tackles as well across the NFL. Him and Ed Oliver in the same draft class. They're both phenomenal talents. Quinnen Williams really broke out in the sack numbers this year. But we got Mitch Morse. I got Roger Saffold. Block him down, and don't let him be involved in this defense wrecking the game for our offense. Keys to victory. For the Bills, stop the run. We've been minus a couple games, we've been very good at stopping the run. But when you make it so the team has to have 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and a guy like Mike White who has, 5 career starts, and 2 of them were terrible. 1 of them he was injured, and 2 of them were great. Rattle him. Get to him early, constant pressure. Disrupt him, which is the second one, the second key. Disrupt Mike White. And when you stop the run and force them to pass in obvious situations, that's good for our defense, and we got the advantage. Be ourselves, last but not least. Don't force things. I mean, it seems like when things aren't going exactly according to plan, we feel the need to really force the ball into certain people's hands or force the big play. Stick to what's working, and it'll all come through in the end. For the Jets, keep the ball away from us. I mean, that's what most teams should do. Run the ball well and execute on defense. Because, I mean, you could say the last time was an anomaly. How many times is Josh going to throw 0 touchdowns and 2 picks and 50% completion in a game? You could say it's an anomaly, but this week we'll be able to see, was that really a great defensive scheme or just an off day for the Bills? Reenact the defense as it did last time, but also obviously the film came out, so everyone's going to know now, but you got to replicate it in some way. And like I said, I expect someone else besides Diggs to be able to step up in this game to get us the victory, get us 4 wins in a row, and be 10-3 and still on top of the AFC and, of course, the AFC East. But thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. Don't forget, Yu-Gi-Oh! Godo is now up and running for the last couple weeks. If you're interested in cards, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, sports. Right now it's just Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to mainly be Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I'm going to get into Pokemon and sports here and there too. So if you're interested, subscribe to that channel as well. And we'll be doing a post-game show. I believe it's tomorrow at 9 o'clock with Nickel City Mafia and Go Bills podcast. If you're not tuning in to us and you're a Bills fan, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go give those guys some love. Subscribe to their channels. And we will see you tomorrow. And Go Bills.